let's see, coming from Florida, from an underprivileged school, which, mind you, since I've left, has grown. There wasn't very much emphasis to succeed, and I always felt like I had to if I wanted to get out and if I wanted to move on in the world.
Usually, you wouldn't think that like I would have even been here, because like just in general, like where I'm from, like the school that I went to, like how many people actually go to college is like not very high. How many people actually get a good grades or even finish high school is not very high. So like I guess it's just that like my efforts to like push and like actually try to do something like paid off.
I definitely have an and I'm trying to move out of it, but I definitely have an inner economy of lack kind of running most of the time. And your attitudes about conserving things and what you think you can do in the world are pretty limited, I find.
Throughout in my family, like history, like you always hear like stories of like my mom or dad trying to go to school or trying to manage this and trying to manage that, but not really being able to like complete something, and it just feels good to like finish something.
It's been a rough 4 years for me being here, the most stressful 4 years of my life, honestly. But I'm sure that'll work its way out. I'm sure it was needed. It's definitely taught me to push through things and to not let the stress take over my life.
I was really smart in high school, so coming to college, it was kind of a slap in the face to know that I couldn't do the same thing, which is like slack off in high school and get the same grades I did. I have to work hard. So the pressure from being a first gen along with actually having to put forth my best effort it's a lot of pressure, but it's fulfilling because I'm about to graduate, so.
It's really terrifying when everyone's just like looking at you and your sister and they're just like, so what year are you in college now? Like, you're doing so well right now. Like, you're in college, and especially freshman year when people are like, you're in college, and I'm just like, I'm failing everything. I don't know what's going on anymore. So that was a really terrifying time. Like, everyone's just like, you're doing so well. And I was like, no, I'm not. You don't know what's going on right now.
I think everyone's pressured to succeed. Early on, great motivator. 2-year mark, it like just became the biggest burden to try and keep everyone else happy and like to try and keep myself happy and to keep going.
Yeah, like as first generation and as financially needy students, there's a lot of pressure to succeed because I mean you have to do it for your family and you have to do it for yourself, and you need to succeed because you don't want to be back at the same point where they came. Like my family immigrated when I was 6. The reason they came was so that like we as their children can move into the American dream or whatever. Obviously, if your parents did that much for you, then there's pressure.
It is kind of hard being away from home, especially being family oriented. I know I was the youngest one and the only girl, and I was the only person in my family to go away to college. And I was really independent when I was in high school. I was very family oriented. I always needed someone there to kind of push me, to kind of support me. And coming to Knox, being away from my family, from my friends, from everything that I knew, helped me be independent, helped me be the person that I am today.
When I was coming to college, my dad was taking advice from everybody else but me. And the people that were in my favor, he was like, it's going to be too much money. You just want to go because you want to just go get buck wild and freaknik. And I was like, no, I just really want to go to school. And so now it's like, I'm here and it's almost over, but I'm here. And to hear him say that, like, I'm proud of you is a really big thing because I've been waiting for that for a very long time.
My siblings are, of course, like my whole family, my friends will definitely be really happy. But I think, again, my mother would be the most proud of me. I mean, I'm already getting phone calls and she's counting down the weeks when I'm coming back home. because she never got that opportunity. She never got the experiences that myself or my sisters done, where we got to go to college or where we got to do all these programs, because she couldn't. And I think my mother would be the most proud. And hopefully I'm making her proud right now. Love you, Mom.
My grandma. Every time I talk to her, she just moves the conversation to the fact that I'm graduating. Like, I'm just like, Grandma, can you not, please? So I feel like she's gonna be the most proud of me. My dad also, because he's messed up a lot in his life, and he didn't want that for his children, you know. So like, just seeing his firstborn walk across the stage and get that diploma, he's probably gonna cry, honestly.
I guess when I was younger, I kind of saw like, okay, graduating from college that's the big thing. And when you do that, you know, like you've kind of accomplished everything you need to do in life because you've graduated college. But now no, there's more. There's so much more.
Why I'm here was just to make better of myself, and in finding out who I was while I was here, I did find out why exactly I'm here. Because, I mean, obviously I came to college because I felt like I had to, but that why wasn't really answered in the beginning. It was just like, oh, I'm here because I have to be. But in being here and for all these years, I've discovered I am here because I want to help people and I want to devote my life to doing it. And so finally discovering the answer to that question has been pretty good. It took a really long time, but now that I have that answer, it feels really good.
And I also learned that I learn from others, and that their ambition or their goals help me define what are my goals. And if other people could do it and are encouraged to follow their goals and actually accomplish them, that inspires me as well. And I feel that TRIO students in particular have that characteristic about them. So being around TRIO and being around those kind of people actually help me.
In school, you like, especially at Knox, you get the chance to do that, you know. You get the chance to meet people intimately. Whereas like at a bigger school, you wouldn't have those close in crowded workshops where you get to like talk to people about their life and like connection. And I think like I value connection.
I guess my situation was a little different from a lot of other people. I didn't really feel like there was a place for me. As a dual citizen of America and Thailand, you know, but I grew up in Thailand, but I'm a dual citizen, so I'm also American. I really needed a space where I felt like there were no stupid questions, and I could get the help that I needed.
I think one of my favorite TRIO memories was my freshman year meeting and hanging out with my big for the first time, Bethany. She was great. She was also someone that I reached out to when I was lost and didn't know where to go or what to do, and we kept in contact through all of my time at Knox. We still keep in touch now. It's not that we were best friends hanging out all the time, but she was always this incredible support system that I knew I could fall back on.
Alright, so my favorite TRIO moment, hands down, is my freshman year, the high ropes course. So I remember going up. I'm terrified of heights. I remember going up there. The only reason I went up there because my TRIO big Alejandro kept pressuring me. So I went up, did it. I was wobbling, and I think I was crying at one point, sweating. And then finally we got to the very last thing before the zip line. I was going at it, and I put my little rope a little too low. And so when I fell down, it's like I needed a crank to get myself up, and I just couldn't do it. So I was hanging down there for, 20, 30 minutes, just kind of like, guys, can you guys get me down from here, please? On the verge of tears. Finally, they cut me down, and the lady and the guy who kind of helped me cut myself off gave me this and told me to cherish it, and even after 4 years, I still have it.
One of my favorite TRIO memories is when we went on the Phantom of the Opera field trip last year, and the bus driver got stuck under the bridge thing, and Stephanie Kennedy had to get out and direct traffic. And the whole time I was just sitting next to Chris being like, we're gonna die, like we're never gonna make it to this restaurant. We're gonna watch Stephanie get hit by a bus and it's gonna be very tragic. And we're never gonna get to go on a field trip again.
Like those trips are always really cool because you don't get to see a lot, like every TRIO student all the time. Just because like we all have like different things to do and we're all so busy. So it's kind of cool to like interact with people like that you wish you could see more, but that you don't always get to, and that kind of gives us this opportunity to like get together for like at least one day and kind of unload from like literally step away from the Knox life and just breathe a little bit, have a little fun.
It's been great. Like, it's honestly been like a huge help. Like, it's been one of the most supportive programs on this campus that I've personally ever felt. Like, I felt like I'm really cared for here. Like, I matter, and like, you know, somebody gives a damn about me. So, not to say that other people don't, but I feel it here the most.
I definitely say the legacy is just bringing about an awareness and a strength in all of this trio students. A strength to just, you know, keep persevering through college and anything else that might be thrown at us.
Trio, I think, just was like my guardian angel on this journey, because it's wherever I fell short, it picked up the slack. And whenever I decided that like I was done, I wasn't gonna do it anymore, and I was gonna leave. Nowhere I was gonna go, but I was gonna pack up my bags and leave. I always had somebody to come talk to, and they were like, okay, well, I already had this plan in motion. This is now, we did A and A didn't work, so now let's go to C. Let's skip B and go to C because C has it. And just knowing that like you can have that without knowing these people, because like you guys don't have to do this. Like you don't know us. Like you can pick your favorites, but there's none of that. It's just everybody gets the same treatment and everybody gets the same love, and it's unconditional, and that to me is what people need.
Trio and the people in Trio, I feel, are very good at finding out what kind of love you need, what kind of support you need. And sometimes I need pretty tough love, and I get that here. But other times it's just like I'm just too fragile and I can't handle people screaming at me today, so I can get that too. And Trio's very good about meeting the student where they are. What do you need? How can I help you? And that's something that I hope continues with Trio, because it's definitely what made the difference in my college career.